Imagine waking up one day to find in your account $100 million without warning. That's what happened to Diego. Diego was a hard-working young man carrying a great ambition to become a successful merchant. He tried to work on almost everything, but his luck was unhappy. Whenever he tried a new project, he got involved in misfortune. Sometimes his goods were seized, sometimes he was arrested on unclear charges, until he began to walk through life with difficulty. Years passed, and one day something happened that was not taken into account. Diego woke up to find in his account $100 million. He was surprised and shocked when he found out that the amount entered his account from one of the overseas countries. At that period, Russian, Japanese, and Serbian gangs had millions of dollars and were trying to find ways to whiten them and make them legitimate money, but they did not know how to dispose of them. In South American countries in 1994, anti-money laundering laws were not integrated, which made it a convenient destination for money laundering. Diego was not convinced that the money had arrived to his account by accident. He believed that he was in contact with the gang and agreed with them to return the amount after he had benefited from it, a method known in the early 90s. In one of the similar cases, there was a merchant in Venezuela whose account the gang entered a large amount, and when they called him to redeem half of it and left the other half to him, the man got greedy and took the full amount. He fled to Mexico, built a luxury hotel, but the gang did not forget about his right, and after 2 years of waiting, sent him a hired killer and ended his life. Diego returned to thinking about his situation after the large amount entered his account as he began to feel fear that the bank would find out the source of the money. Deciding to act quickly, he called his relatives and close friends whom he fully trusted and invited them to his house. There he told them about the large amount that had entered his account and assured them that he wanted to help them in exchange for his help in withdrawing money in a confidential and safe way. Diego agreed with the audience on a plan that requires their full cooperation and explained to them that he would send each of them to a different branch of the bank to withdraw $5 million into his personal account and then transfer it to the account of someone he trusts. 2 days later, the person on whom the amount is withdrawn is asked to withdraw money in cash and return 4 million Diego, and he keeps $1 million as a reward. Everything was done tightly, and Diego apparently had an arrangement with an employee inside the bank to facilitate the process. Money transfers continued all day until the central bank paid attention to strange movements in the account and closed it, keeping $50 million stuck due to suspicions. Despite this, Diego became a millionaire. At that stage, deciding to invest in real estate, he turned to a merchant who owns a large area on the outskirts of the city and bought it for $40 million. After buying the area, Diego divided it into small plots and sold them at low prices, attracting a lot of buyers. He made a profit of at least $30 million from this transaction, once again confirming the saying, "It's better to be lucky than to be good."